Guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have got three people here and we'll have another group here in like a couple minutes or so. So we've got Ethan Taylor, Alex McKenzie, and we've got Kayla, and we're here today for our press conference. So let's start off with Ethan. So Ethan, how's your season gone so far, and what are your goals coming for the next few races?
The season really feels a bit dramatic, really, from the start. But then, obviously, now it's just a bit in a way of happy for me. My goals, I think my goal is to be a 5-time world champion.
Okay. How do you feel about like that you're going into a season of where you know that it's going to be hard to try and get that fifth title because you've got Logan, obviously you've got me, you've got Alex now in the title fight actually, and you've got Kayla now creeping up. How does that feel?
I feel
That's going to be
like
hard to win this title.
if you say it's hard to win the title, I think obviously a lot of people do have a shot of winning it. As long as I can build a lead, hey ho, maybe I do.
And you have
But
to lead the championship. How much is that going to affect you leading all the way to checkered flag in Abu Dhabi?
exactly the point. I want to keep this lead up until Abu Dhabi. That's what my plan is.
And the threat of Logan, is he going to be trying to challenge you for like wins and stuff?
Logan can try. I feel like he definitely has a shot of actually winning against me. So does like other drivers. But people need to focus more on Logan than me.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll come to you in a minute. Alex, let's come to you. How's your season gone so far, and what are your goals for later on in the season? Plus, you're a title contender at the moment.
Yeah, it's been good. I've had quite some time. I've quite actually had fun racing for the past 3 races we've done so far, and it's actually going well. And I'm quite shocked that I am in the title fight now, because I used to be at the very bottom somewhere, but now I'm actually in the title fight.
And what are your goals for later on in the season? What are you trying to achieve?
I think it's more of I'm trying to achieve getting on the podium a lot, and seeing if I can try and get more up into the title fight instead of being at 4th. Like trying to get inside the actual like full on like 1st, 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah. And here's one big question that will probably be happening later on this season. Last season you just missed out on it in Jeddah to Sunny, but this season can you get a race win or two?
Maybe. It depends on how I'm going to be able to perform in the races. Depends on where I get or what place I get in qualifying. Depends on when I'm going to be able to see if I try and get in the race.
Okay. Anyways, another question here. If you can win this title, how much of an achievement will that be for you?
It would be quite a big title achievement for me because like last season I was like more at the bottom where Ethan won the championship, and I'm sort of trying to see if I could try and win the championship, but it depends on how I perform in the races if I am going to be able to win the championship.
Mm-hmm. Now, last question before we move on to Kayla. If you would like to fight against one of these title contenders, Kayla, Ethan, Logan, me, who would you like to fight against the most?
Ethan.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious answer.
It would be Ethan because he's the sort of person I would go for, because I've done most of the things next. I've done most of the stuff with him, and most of the time I've always catched up to Ethan and got first, and then me and Ethan swapped back. So I was in second, and Ethan was in first once. And most of the time I would want to do with Ethan, but I would do it. I would also do it with Tyler, but mostly it would be Ethan.
Thank you very much, Alex. We're going to go to Kayla now. Kayla?
Yo, what's up?
Anyways, Kayla, you've returned to Fortnite F1. How's it gone so far, and what are your goals later on for this season?
I mean, it's been going alright after a whole year. Yeah, I mean, it's been going good. It's been going alright.
And what are your goals for later on this season?
My goal mainly is to make more friends with the other new people in the championship that I haven't met yet, and it's also to gain more points, so I can at least come like fourth, second. I don't really mind. I just kind of want to have fun and gain more points for the championship.
And you have a real good shot of trying to win your first championship. You failed in season 3 and 4, which were your best chances. So, can you actually try and clinch your first title and become the first female to win a title in Fortnite F1?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I can win, but I'm gonna give it a try. All right, I'll give it a try.
Okay. And how do you feel against fighting against people like Alex, now a title contender for the first time, Logan, me, Ethan? How do they feel as title rivals?
I mean, to be fair, sometimes it can feel a little bit pressuring because sometimes there is a lot more people than you've just mentioned in the championship. But yeah, I mean, it feels good actually to have more people and more fun.
Okay. And Kayla, one more question.
Yeah, what's up?
How's the transfer from Audi to Williams going? Your new teammate Harry, how is he?
I mean, I don't think we have raced together just yet. I'm sure it will go fine. I'm sure it'll go great.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll come to you later. So let's go back to the 4-time world champion, Ethan. Going into Bahrain, how is this track for you? Is the sensation jittering? You feel like it's not the best track for you, or do you think, oh, okay, I'm good around here? It's do you think you can get back-to-back wins here?
I feel like I can, because I'm not joking. From the last season, previous season, you might say, I think I'm really, really fast now. I think we took it up a notch and definitely raised the standards that I really wanted to achieve back in season 7. But now it's season 8, I think I can probably, beat some lap records,
Yeah. Speaking of lap records, Megan's lap records are quite unbeatable. So how do you beat them this season?
I'm gonna try and be the most of the ones that I can, and then save the rest for next season.
Okay. And last question about Bahrain. How much time do we have? We've got 5 more minutes. So, last question about Bahrain. You've had previous attempts here, and you've won one of them. So, what made you not be the best at Bahrain in previous seasons?
When it comes to that question, obviously not being best in previous seasons like Bahrain, I think I lost my confidence, especially from then. That was the early stage that I was in technically, and when I lost my confidence, I don't think I was winning as much. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ethan. Let's go to Alex next. Alex, how is Bahrain for you? Is it a good track? Is it a bad track? Or is it something you need to improve on?
It's sort of a mess sort of track because I'm in the middle of it where I'm kind of good at it, but I'm also kind of bad at it as well. I do need to improve on some of the corners of the track, but I do think I am kind of improving on that track.
Yeah. if you could. So, Bahrain has some tight corners. How do you handle them?
I think the way I handle them is that I mostly drift in the tight corners instead of like just going flat out in the corner. I just drift around it and then go flat out instead of like suddenly just going flat out and then getting like a track limit from going flat out into that corner. But
Mhm.
it depends. It depends on the corner of how sharp the turn is. It depends on if I'm gonna go flat out or I'm just gonna drift around it instead.
Okay. Last question about Bahrain before we go to Kayla. So, if whoever's going to win here, how will you feel about it? And how
Yes.
will you improve on it?
To be honest, I would probably think it might be Ethan that will win Bahrain, but it depends on who wins. I don't really care because all I want to do is just race and have fun and just enjoy racing around with different people.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Let's go to Kayla last of all. Kayla,
Yo, what's up?
you've won Bahrain on two occasions, season 3 and season 4. Do you think you could go for a third win here in Bahrain?
Maybe. I'm gonna be completely honest, because I have such bad memory. I don't really remember me winning some, but yeah, I'll give it a shot.
And how are the corners for you to like tight, twisty corners here in Bahrain? Like, is there any way you can handle them, or is there stuff you need to improve on?
I mean, to be fair, I think I am good to do the race for it. But you know, a little improvement, a little more couldn't hurt anybody, could it?
Yeah, and now last question before we go on to Group 2 later.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Will Bahrain affect the title fight, like, really, like, good? Like, you move up to, like, for example, third, Alex gets, like, for example, when Ethan loses the championship lead to Logan, like, how do you think it's going to play out?
Well, because Ethan wins all races, I think he's more likely to win, gonna be honest.
Okay. And how about the rest of the podium for your predictions?
For the podium, like, who's gonna go, like, second, third, and all that?
Yeah.
Well, Ethan's probably gonna be, like, second or first. I think you might be, like, third, or four for second. Or maybe first. And then, Alex, I think he's going to be like fifth or fourth. No offense, I'm not trying to. And for me, I'll probably end up being like maybe fourth or third, maybe. Mainly third because, yeah, I'm always third.
Okay. Anyways, that's all the time we have for Group 1. So, Kayla, Alex, Ethan, thanks for being here, and we'll come to Group 2 later.
Okay.